Hello YouTube and welcome to another video and welcome to my channel, The Art of Perfumery. Today I'm going to bring you another review of another fragrance from the house of Tom Ford. Last week I reviewed Oud Mineral, which is an amazing fragrance. I recommend you to watch that video. If you didn't watch, I'm going to leave a card right here. And today I'm going to review other magnificent fragrance from the house of Tom Ford, which is Ombré Leather, that comes in this box. Very simple, nothing special with the box. I show you the bottle. This is the 50 ml bottle. As you can see, the bottle is very well built, very simple, nothing crazy about the bottle, but I can see that there is quality. It's a heavy bottle. It's all black. I think it reminds you of something like a black jacket, because this is definitely a leather fragrance. The cap is metal, as you can see, very heavy, very well built. Very nice. This is as far as the presentation goes. Now I'm going to dive into the notes and then I'm going to dive right into the review. Let's do it. Okay, before I dive into the review, you're probably wondering about the other Ombré Leather fragrance. Yes, there was another Ombré Leather fragrance which was released on the Private Blend collection in 2016. So if you want to understand a bit more about this downgrading of the Tom Ford house, downgrading fragrances from the Private Blend collection to different collections, to the Aqua line, to different lines, watch my video, Oud Mineral, my review of Oud Mineral. I'm going to leave a card right here and you will understand a bit more about it. But as far as I'm concerned, there is only one difference between this fragrance and the Ombré Leather from the Private Blend collection, which is sadly discontinued, which would be, instead of the amber note in this fragrance, the base of this fragrance, you would have a violet leaf note on the other fragrance. So that's pretty much the main difference, that the other notes are pretty much the same. Okay, before I dive into the review, I have to tell you, there's no other way around it. This is definitely a leather-based fragrance. As the name implies, this is a leather-based fragrance, and the leather in this fragrance is huge. The leather is actually the main player of this composition. And because the leather in this composition is extremely realistic, you're gonna smell like a leather jacket. There's no other way around it. You're gonna smell like a leather jacket. So if you are like me, a froghead that loves your leather, this is a plus. But if you don't like your leather, or if you just like leather as a supporting note, if you just like this kind of polished leather, like a leather seat car, you know, the leather that you find in car seat, this is definitely not a fragrance for you, because the leather here is not polished at all. It's in your face. But if you like leather, like I said, the typical leather you find in Dior Homme Parfum, Valentino Uomo Intense, L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum, which is more polished. No, this is not the case. The leather here is very strong, is very realistic, it's in your face. So you have to like this kind of leather. It's very animalic for sure. But when I say animalic, I don't mean skunky or unpleasant. I just say that leather is an animalic note. Leather is actually an animal skin. So that's what I mean when I talk about this leather, because this leather actually it's animalic that way. It's very realistic. Okay, let's go to the notes and then I'm gonna dive right into the review. Okay, at the top we have cardamom. In the middle we have leather and jasmine sambac. And in the base we have amber, moss, and also patchouli. Now I'm going to apply the fragrance. You pay attention on the distribution, which is very good. Take a look. Excellent, excellent. It's a very nice cloud, the right amount of juice for the concentration of this fragrance, which is Eau de Parfum. Okay, let's feel the fragrance and then I'm going to dive right into the review. What an opening. The fragrance opens already with an explosion of that in-your-face leather. A leather in your face, rustic, slightly spicy, and also sweet and with a floral undertone. Very nice. That's the jasmine and also the amber from the base that jumps as soon as you spray the fragrance and also sweetens the fragrance. I love the addition of jasmine in this fragrance, because jasmine is that fresh, floral, airy, sweet, slightly green note, very delicate, which is completely the opposite of this leather, which is rustic, it's animalic, it's in your face, it's pungent. And I love this jasmine because The jasmine actually cut the corners of this leather. It's almost like polish that leather and make this leather a bit more bearable. Sometimes I think of what this fragrance would be without that jasmine note. I think this fragrance would be almost unbearable for some, because the leather will be just too pungent, too in your face. As the fragrance starts to develop, the amber will blend very well with this leather and also the jasmine. And these, by the way, are the three main players of this composition. The leather, first place, and then the amber, and then the jasmine. And the combination of them three notes almost creates this sweet resinous accord that to me resembles almost like a honey accord. It feels like I spread some honey on top of that leather, and then I smell this leather, this animalic pungent in your face leather with this sweet kind of honey-like accord, which is very nice. So them three notes blend so well, and they create this leather accord with the sweet, delicate, airy floral vibe that comes from the jasmine and also comes from the amber. Very nice. And then three notes are the main players of this composition. Like I said, the leather in this fragrance is one of a kind. It's very realistic. It's also warm as well. The funny thing now is the leather in this fragrance, it reminds me not only a leather jacket, but a warm leather jacket. Imagine a jacket that you wore all day, almost like 20 hours wearing this jacket. And then when you finally take off your jacket, you smell the jacket, you get this leather, and you also get the warmth of your body. This is what I get, the jacket that you wore all day, which is different than the smell of the jacket of a cold jacket before you wear it. So it's a kind of a warm leather as well. The fragrance is kind of linear. There won't be a lot of changes in this fragrance. It's just gonna get a bit smoother. One thing I noticed in this fragrance, when you smell this fragrance 15 minutes later, it's smoother than when you applied, and then at the end of the life of the fragrance, it's even smoother and also a bit woodier as well, because the patchouli of the base of this fragrance is going to throw some woodsy dust to the composition. Really nice as well, the patchouli. I get the patchouli especially after 15 minutes of application. After 15 minutes, the fragrance is already rounded. It's not as spiky as it was when you applied it. It's really nice. It's not as graspy. Very nice. The patchouli adds this woodsy, earthy vibe, especially after 15 minutes of the application. And finally, after long hours, this fragrance is gonna last for a good while, trust me. It's a very long-lasting fragrance. The fragrance would end its life, like I said, a bit rounder. The leather now is not as sharp as it was. It's not as in your face, still sweet, still slightly floral with the jasmine, and also a bit earthy and a bit dusty with this touch of patchouli, and also with touches of amber as well. The notes on this fragrance, all of them, they're very persistent. They're not gonna fade away. The fragrance is just gonna get slightly smoother with time, but it's absolutely a winner for me. Regarding longevity, regarding smell, it's so realistic, absolutely lovely fragrance. Okay, this is as far as my reviews goes. Now we're gonna take Tom Ford Ombré Leather Eau de Parfum to the ratings. Let's do it. We are now down to the ratings of Ombré Leather Eau de Parfum. We start with the presentation. That's a very nice presentation. Very simple, very sober. To be very honest, I kind of prefer the presentations of the Private Blend collection. I think they're a little bit nicer. They're a bit more sophisticated, but this is a very nice presentation. As you can see, like I said, the cap is metal. Where you see written Tom Ford Ombré Leather is like rubber. It's very nice presentation. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10 for the presentation. Now we move to versatility, weather versatility. What's the best weather for this fragrance? This is a very potent in-your-face leather fragrance. The leather here is quite strong, so it's definitely recommended for autumn and also winter. We go now for versatility for occasion. What's the best occasion for this fragrance? This fragrance, you can use it for any occasion as you want. You just need to worry about how many sprays you're gonna apply with this fragrance, because I went to work once wearing this fragrance, and actually people complained. They said that my fragrance was too strong. So if you're gonna wear this fragrance as an office scent or as a work scent, please do not overspray this fragrance. 1-2 sprays max. If you're gonna be in a confined environment, it's better like this. This is a great date scent as well, even though it's quite strong, as long as you don't overspray it. 1-2 sprays again. My wife absolutely loved this fragrance on me. So if you want to show your animalic, your carnal side, this is a very nice fragrance for dates as well. Perfect clubbing scent if you're gonna go out with friends, if you're gonna go to a nightclub, or if you're gonna go to a restaurant. Perfect. This fragrance will also turn heads. We move now for performance. How does this fragrance perform? It performs crazy good. It projects for 3.5 hours and it lasts all day. The longevity of this fragrance is crazy. 12, 13, 14 hours, it doesn't matter. This thing just performs and performs and performs like there is no tomorrow. We go now for smell. How does this fragrance smell? I'm gonna have to rate this 10 out of 10, because the leather in this fragrance is crazy realistic. I just noticed how realistic the leather in this fragrance is when I was comparing this fragrance to other leather fragrances I have in my collection. And the leather of this fragrance, man, it's crazy realistic. It's a rustic leather. But it's good. So if you like leather fragrances, rustic, realistic leather, this is a fragrance for you. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoy my content, please don't forget to leave a like, so the algorithm will push my videos. Don't forget also to subscribe for more videos so you won't miss my content. And please don't forget that I'm Mark Lacerda. Nice to meet you. And I see you in the next video. Bye.